What's up, guys? Quasar Qult podcast is back up in this bitch. Sorry, I didn't time that out very well. I was trying to do some shit. But we are back with another episode of our wacky, wonderful, amazing podcast that we do weekly. This is season 2, episode 10.
Yup.
Which actually is going to be our last episode of this season. Oh, man. Oh, no.
Dang.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean that's the end of the Quasar Qult podcast? Are we going to stop doing episodes? Well, yes and no. So what's going to happen is that starting probably next week, we are going to start our interview series. It's going to be myself and Voodoo Eyes, but there will also be a special guest here. The name that Voodoo Eyes has for it is Quasi Conversations. I'm not sure if that's what we call it or not. We will see. But the idea is that we're going to bring talented people, not just rappers, but just people who are just creatives. They're basically gonna sit down and have a conversation with us while we smoke, and ask them some questions about their life and what they're doing and how they're doing it. So we're gonna probably start doing that next week. I'm not sure who the first guest is gonna be yet. We actually haven't even worked that out, but it might be the winner of our open mic competition, Aunt Soul, who won $50 a yam pack, which included like an eighth of weed or some gummies in there.
And a Jeter
box or Jeter bottle or whatever.
They also got a spot on the upcoming campfire. And, they also, what else did they get? They got something else too.
They got the interview from us on our show that we're literally doing right now in real time.
that will probably be the first guest, depending and seeing how that goes and everything.
Yeah, so that's pretty exciting. So we're gonna try and maybe bring him on, but we're just gonna reach out to creatives and just be like, hey, you should hop on our show and then talk to us with us. So you can expect to see this new series starting as early as next week. It will be live streamed, but then we're gonna try to edit the episode and put it out, the next day or whatever on our channels. I say channels because we have multiple channels. We have our Cult Life channel, which is a little bit more frivolous and wacky, I guess. I don't know. Just kind of like more news based, I guess. And then we have our Quasar Qult channel, which if you're watching this live right now on YouTube, you're probably watching it on that channel. And we appreciate you guys watching and listening to our podcast because we have a lot of listeners and we are gaining momentum. So shout out to the team. Voodoo Eyes and my wife Jana Rose are out there dropping good posts and making sure that you guys are entertained. So
Facts.
That's pretty fucking tight. Exciting shit. And for those of you who want to keep following Quasar Qult, go to quasarqult.com. We will have our episodes posted there as well as latest posts, music, etc., so forth. All that good, juicy shit that you be needing when you be hopping on your phone the same way I am right now, just looking at stuff.
Yeah, and shout out to our sponsors, Yam Yams. They are the top premier delivery service for medical marijuana. If you need some of that, hit me or Jerron up and we'll definitely get you connected with the right sources so you can get that sweet MJ that you love to smoke.
Yeah, they be getting it popping. Yeah.
Yep. We got that sapphire crystals on deck right now, so let's go ahead and shout out to Yam Yams.
Yeah, and also too, hit us up because we got the green light to start letting people subscribe to Yam Yams.
Yes.
So if you're interested in being a part of the Yam Yams movement and getting some high quality cannabis delivered to your door, just make sure that you reach out to us and we'll send you a code that you can scan that will let you do that.
But for our listeners, if you are not in Arizona, this is exclusive to Arizona. So I know we got a few listeners out of state and stuff like that. So
you should actually say Phoenix.
It's mainly Phoenix, but it's
I know you ain't
Arizona-based.
driving to Tucson.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying.
I mean, maybe the bag was right, but
I mean, I did drive all the way. I think it was like, I think I went like an hour down south, past Mesa, bro. I can't remember what's after Mesa.
Maricopa. Oh no, you're doing the other direction. Gilbert. Is that Gilbert?
Nah, I'm like further east.
Oh.
I don't know, but it was pretty far. The bag was right though, so it was cool. So yeah,
that's good.
Shout out to Yams.
We'll go ahead and get into today's episode. Also want to talk about some of the upcoming events we have here. We're trying to just do some housekeeping. We got some bills to pay. We got shows to do.
Facts.
So one of our next events is actually the Truth with Your Whiskey Tour featuring JB, Marley B, Cash Lansky, Tommy Will, and Jivin Scientist. These are some of the best artists in Arizona, history. Period. Most of them are based out of Tucson, Arizona. Yes. Marley B is actually Tucson's current, voted by the people, rapper of the year, 2 times in a row, 3 times in a row, possibly. So Tucson Weekly has like the same thing that Phoenix has with Best of Phoenix, where there, you can go in there and vote. Marley B, I think, is a 3-time Best of Tucson hip hop rapper. He just won again last year. He went on tour with Dizzy Wright. He signed to Broken Complex. He dropped like 14 songs last year, and all of them are crazy. So, also, I'm just talking about the artist show a little bit.
No, but also last week we actually had our open mic, and we actually had 2 winners. We had Ant Soul, and then we had another one, Rective, who is also going to be on this show as well. I know that it does not say it on the flyer yet, but he is one of the winners as well. So shout out to him. If you haven't checked out his music, you can go on our Star Camp Creative Labs Instagram, and you'll be able to find the picture of his winning, and follow him.
I just added him on Facebook too.
Correct.
So look for that post, because we're going to tag him and give him his props and all that. He did a great job.
Yeah. All the others did a great job.
But in terms of the rest of the lineup, Jiving Scientists, they're like staples in the Tucson hip hop scene for plus 20 years.
Yeah.
Like if I'm a staple in the hip hop scene and I've been doing it for almost 20 years, these dudes are like the staple. And literally, like dead ass, when I first started doing hip hop in Tucson, one of the first events I ever went to was a mic fight. So it was like a rap battle competition. Jeez. And the live performance was Jiving Scientists. Damn. And this is like I think Runt's younger than me, so he was actually younger than me at 20 years old, 21 years old on stage, rocking this show. And I'm like, man, these guys are dope. Bought their album called The Paragraph. Been fans of them ever since. I'm wearing a fucking Jiving Scientist t-shirt right now.
Wow.
This shirt is literally like 14 years old.
Dang.
I'm going to try and get a new one. Yeah, I'm going to try and get a new one from Runt, because I saw him make a post that he has new ones that are like the same exact thing. I'm like, dog, I need to update that. So I've been wearing this shit to death,
that's the OG, dog. That's the OG shirt, though. You got to, vintage and shit.
Definitely has all my sweat and juice on it and shit. But, yeah, and then JB is like literally like probably the most, I wouldn't say the most acclaimed rapper out of Oklahoma.
That's true.
But he actually might be the most acclaimed rapper out of Oklahoma, at least Oklahoma City, in the sense that he is literally the ambassador of the Thunder, NBA Thunder, Oklahoma Thunder. And then also he's won multiple Emmys for his work. He's opened a restaurant down there. He's always in the newspaper for just his efforts as a community service person, but he's also a really, really fucking good rapper too. So check him out. Cash Lansky, we have a song together that's called Above.
Yeah.
Tommy Will is just killing it on the sync licensing.
Yep.
Just crushing it. Dude has like a bunch of sync licensing songs and big hits right now.
Man's got a Hot Wheels commercial, Fast X commercial. He got fucking, I don't know. There's plenty more that I could name, but of Bel Air, bunch.
Yeah. So make sure you check him out, because check out the show. Tickets are available at starcampcreativelabs.com. Go do that, and we'll see you guys there. And Ruptive will be there too. I actually might throw you on the show too. I haven't talked to you about this yet, but he might also be opener too, Voodoo Eyes.
Let's go, baby. So we out here.
Voodoo Eyes and Ruptive will be the openers. I'll be hosting it, and yeah, it's gonna be a good time. We might have some special drinks or something prepared for that night too. So, anyways, let's get into the juicy shit though. I know you weren't here to talk about rap shows. We're gonna talk about fucking
some
Mr.
wild shit.
Fucking Mackelmore here. Let's talk about Mackelmore first.
Yeah, let's talk about this shit first.
I want to go ahead and I want to see if I can get this condensed, because this is always a sensitive topic. I literally have lost friends over this topic because some of my rap friends are white, and they got offended by my opinion on this about the whole guess in hip hop argument, about how hip hop is basically made by minorities, and when I mean minorities, I mean black people and Latino people. Yes, correct. I do believe Latino people are a part of that hip hop movement. There's plenty of evidence for that.
Yeah.
And that hip hop and that white people basically adopted that after they found it popular and cool, and that artists like Mackelmore and Eminem are guests. With that said, for some fucking reason, I don't know the context, and we didn't bother to look. I was joking about that like Mackelmore just woke up yesterday and was like, I'm a guest and so is Eminem, motherfuckers. I gotta tell the world. Someone make a press release
now.
But no, I think it was probably in context to an interview or a question that he was asked. But in this interview, he was basically like prompted, and he said that himself and Eminem are guests in hip hop. And of course, hip hop is just having a field day with the shit, because Mackelmore basically put himself in the same category as Eminem. But honestly, a lot of people will argue that that's true, regardless of how widely successful in terms of difference that they are, like Eminem being extremely successful, the most successful rapper of all time, and Macklemore being a flash in the pan. A lot of people put them in the same category just because they're white. But I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair either, because if we're talking about strictly hip hop, I mean, obviously we can't even begin to even compare careers of Eminem and Mackelmore when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying?
But see, like it goes beyond career though. It's just like
the cosigns.
It's a cultural thing. Like, how much do you embrace the culture that
Facts.
is hip hop?
Yeah.
And if you know anything about Eminem, you know that Eminem is a very, very passionate student of hip hop.
That's facts.
But that dude loves fucking hip hop, and like he will die for that shit. He'll probably keep rapping for the rest of his life. Like, man is about that shit, and because of that, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I rock with that because I don't think Mackelmore knows as much about hip hop as Eminem. And I might be wrong. Like, Mackelmore might be a fucking scholar. You know what I'm saying? But Eminem has outwardly shown his love for hip hop time and time again since the beginning of his career.
And he's a veteran in the game, though. That's the fact.
Exactly.
He's continued to do it without having to, like, I don't know.
And also, he has done more with his music for the sake of black rights and just minority rights than what fucking Mackelmore has. Now, with that said, I do know that Mackelmore had a song. What was it called? It was called like White Justice or White Privilege or something like that. It was white something. And I want to say it was like 9 minutes long. And it was like him rapping about being a white rapper and like all the shit that comes with that. I remember him putting out that song, and to be honest, that's probably like the most political he's ever been. But at the end of the day, Mackelmore has no real impact on the hip hop world. Correct. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of it too. Like, when you look about like the actual impact that Eminem has had, it's undeniable. Whether you like his music or not, Eminem is one of the most impactful artists, period. Not only because of his efforts through his music, but also because of the cosigns that he has put, like the artists that he's put on. Yeah. Most notably 50 Cent. Yeah. Right? With 50 Cent be where he's at without Eminem? Maybe. It's a hard maybe, but we know for the fact that he is there because of Eminem, right? Yeah. And so that, and then his whole Shady Record roster. Now, most of the people on Shady Records aren't around anymore. It is what it is. Some people say that Eminem's just out there trying to just, get the bag, but they say that about all the artists, right? Yeah. Like, the only artist who I haven't heard that about is J. Cole, but J. Cole is not like, we're not talking about J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, J. Cole's not who we're talking about. J. Cole's fine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. J. Cole's not a guest in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? J. Cole can do whatever the fuck he wants. What we're talking about is like when it comes to Eminem and Mackelmore. Mackelmore, at this point, is only really known for, I shouldn't say that he's only known for that, but his biggest moment is Thrift Shop, right? And that song,
I mean, that moment, and also beating Kendrick Lamar in the Grammy Awards. But that's like, that, even that was like, see it later. Everybody knew that shit was fucking, stolen.
That's because of Thrift Shop and that album. And the Heist
album is trash.
That album is fine. It's what it is what it is. Like,
it's whatever.
Macklemore can't rap very well. That's the thing. That's just facts. Like he's just not a good rapper. And like, I'm not trying to fucking hate on Macklemore. I'm just trying to, I guess, I'm trying to hate on Macklemore a little bit. At the end of the day, he's just not a good rapper.
I'm definitely hating on Macklemore. I just feel like, I'm like, I consider, like, if you're gonna say that you're a guest in hip hop, then just know that. But then don't even talk about Eminem though in the same category, because like you said, he's already shown that he's a student of hip hop and has grown through this shit, and he's gonna ride for this shit. Like, I feel like, didn't Mackelmore drop like a pop album one time too? He dropped a different album that wasn't hip hop.
I feel like all his albums are like pop albums besides the Heist.
That's what I'm saying then. So like, how is it like?
Like, because he's like typically like he's a pop artist.
Man's had like, one hip hop song, and all of a sudden he definitely a guest in hip hop. He just showed up and was like, hey, and popped out.
And like that's the thing. Like, so he did that album, right, which was, to be straight transparent, it was Mackelmore and Ryan Lewis. Oh yeah. So Ryan Lewis was like, yo, I got these fucking beats, bro. Hop on these shits and let's get this bag. And that's basically what it was. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ryan Lewis then mysteriously disappeared off the fucking planet after that album. I might be wrong. He might be making hit singles, but he hasn't crossed my radar since fucking that album. He got his bag and it dipped. Yeah. And I think they linked back up on another album or another song like recently. But Mackelmore was on his own after that. And that's when people realize, like, oh, this guy's kind of trash, bro. Like, we were rocking with this shit like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
No, it was because the beats were crazy.
Nah, but I remember though. Like,
because Thrift Shop by itself, like the instrumental, it's kind of a smacking beat, bro. The beat's actually not bad. Like, if I heard that beat, I wouldn't pick it for my album or anything like that, but I'd probably be like, okay.
It's cool.
It's fine.
I was over here thinking of the other one.
They Can't Hold Us.
Yeah.
That beat's fire.
That one's pretty good.
It's a fire beat.
That one is a good beat, like, by itself. But that's not hip-hop, though. I don't feel like that's a hip-hop beat.
It's definitely like pop music.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so that's why I'm like,
And then Mackelmore's just spitting pure gibberish. But to be fair, though, Eminem fucking does the same shit.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's absolved of that. But if I were to ask Mackelmore about the 4 elements of hip hop, actually he probably would know some shit too. So let me speak at this from a fair perspective, okay, in the sense of their backgrounds, right? So, and I don't know a lot about Mackelmore's background compared to Eminem's, and maybe I should just before I start saying this shit, but I don't give a fuck. Fuck y'all.
Fuck y'all.
Basically, what I know about Mackelmore is that he's from Seattle, right? Which, in the grand scheme of the hip hop world, right, like, is not really known for their hip hop.
Yeah.
The only big artist that's come from Seattle is Sir Mix-a-Lot. Yes, big artists. I'm talking like mainstream, like, blow up artists.
And even then,
Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back, and so. Since then, there hasn't ever been a fucking artist as big as Sir Mix-a-Lot from Seattle until Mackelmore.
Yeah.
And Mackelmore put the city on his fucking back. You know what I'm saying? He's now the champion rapper of Seattle. He is the GOAT rapper of fucking Seattle. He's like the Futuristic or the Megaran of Seattle, but just way more successful. And y'all can take that how you want.
I'm like, is that a diss to Megaran?
It's not a diss to Megaran or Futuristic at all whatsoever. I'm just talking about their notoriety. I'm saying, like, the city is behind them. MC Magic's a good example too, right? Like, the whole state knows who the fuck they are. They support them. They rock with them. Now, do they fly the flag in their videos? No, they don't. But that's what I mean. Mackelmore literally has a video where he flies like a Seattle flag across the city and shit. Like, I haven't seen anybody really do that out here.
Yeah.
But, and that's not a diss. Don't be coming after me. I know how you guys fucking work out there. I'm just saying that's Mackelmore's level. Yeah. Eminem is actually pretty similar in the sense that, like, there's not a lot of niggas coming out of Detroit. Now, don't get me wrong, Detroit rappers. There are some out there. There are a few, but Eminem is by far the most known rapper out of Detroit, period.
Yeah.
Then you got your Big Sean's, you got your fucking T Grizzlies. There's some niggas out there from fucking...
there's definitely some hitters.
But Eminem is by far the biggest motherfucker. He made a whole movie about it called 8 Mile.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't make a movie about your city, then you should probably shut the fuck up, right? Because he did that for hip-hop and the love, and it was a rap battle.
But it was fire, though, too. It was a good movie, though. That was the fact, too.
Macklemore can make an 8 Mile. And maybe he should.
He should not.
Dog. Hey.
Nobody.
Hey, listen. If Macklemore made like an 8 Milers type of movie that like showed like the Seattle hip hop scene and like the rise of that, and talking about how he made the thrift shop and like how he put the city on his back and like the whole racial angle, and it was written by like fucking like Martin Scorsese type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like on some deep shit.
Oh no, Martin Scorsese? No, it's definitely. Oh man.
I don't know, fucking David Fincher or some shit. I don't know. Just on some dark shit, right? Like,
I feel you.
That shit would go hard, son. Like, tell your story, bro. Because I think that's what it comes down to, even as I'm talking this out with you. It's like, I discredit Mackelmore a lot because I don't know who the fuck he is. Right? Like, you came in here with this goofy ass
I was going to say, he came in goofy as fuck. You came in goofy as hell.
And immediately it's like, no. Right?
And then you do some goofy shit like win an award and then text your text message.
And then screenshot it.
So you screenshot it and post it on Instagram like, like what, bro? You're stupid.
Right. And so it's almost like, it's like the level of corniness that you came in with. It's like, I can't fuck with you. It's almost like how I feel about Chance the Rapper. Where it's like Chance the Rapper, like the only reason why I fucked with Chance the Rapper when he first came out was because my boy Donald Glover co-signed him, and was like, "This nigga's the future." And I'm like, "Okay, I believe everything you say because I'm fucking like a disciple of you." let's listen to Chance the Rapper. This nigga's trash. What are you talking about, Beto? This nigga sucks.
Bro,
Why is everybody on Chance the Rapper's dick?
Acid Rap was all right.
It was fine.
Everything after that, though, booty fire.
And then he dropped that album, it was doo-doo.
Yeah, and then the one, don't even get me started about the one about your wedding, bro. I don't give a fuck.
The Big Day.
I don't care about none of that
Day,
shit. Bro, nobody...
It's one of the most disappointing albums in hip-hop history, The Big Day.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, bro. So, like, with Mackelmore, I put them in the same category because, like, they probably could have done better, right?
Yeah.
In the way that they were perceived in hip-hop. But honestly, like, I would say that Chance the Rapper isn't nearly... Yeah, he's almost as close as not being his guest as fucking Mackelmore is, right?
The last time I heard Chance the Rapper even being talked about was when Ice Spice said, "Say he a rapper but don't got a chance," and then Chance the Rapper posted it on his Instagram and was like, "Is this a diss?" Like, boy, shut your ass up! Ain't nobody talking about you.
He's about to hop on the track and start E3 people. With his
Shut your ass up! Ice Spice ain't talking about your goofy ass. Get out of here, Chance.
Have a cross coming after people and shit.
I'm just like, nah, son. So I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just.
Yeah, I just think that when it comes to Mackelmore, he just the level of corny is so corny that it's like, bro, why are you even fucking talking about guests in hip hop? Like, we know. It was funny when I first made that. I make a joke saying that he's barely an acquaintance in hip hop.
Exactly.
Like, bro, we don't know who you are, and I'm not trying to know who you are,
bro. Like Eminem's the white boy at the barbecue. You are the delivery boy from the pizza. Like, deadass. You just pulled up real quick.
Eminem. I see. So the thing about it, like when it comes to my personal top rappers, I couldn't do numbers right now. I don't want to say top 5 or top 10, but when I say top rappers, Eminem's 100% on that list. And the reason why he's on that list is because when he first came out the gate, he was so passionate and heartfelt. He had a story to tell.
Yeah.
His first album, the Slim Shady LP, was some of the craziest shit to hear as a little kid.
Yeah.
That was what, like 14, 13 years old. That shit
was
came
mad
out.
as hell.
That shit was crazy. Yeah, the dude was mad. He had shit to talk about his mom. He was talking about getting beat up in school.
Yeah.
Like he had songs like Rock Bottom talking about being poor and broke.
Yeah.
He was talking about his daughter. I'm like, man, this guy has a lot of shit to say.
Nah, but it's funny though too, because like this is the thing though. When you actually listen to the music that he made before that though,
Like Infinite.
he was trying to be.
Yeah,
he was trying to be black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I think he met somebody, and then they told him, bro, just be your fucking self, bro. Like, talk about your shit that you got going on. Talk about everything like that. If you're fucking weird, be weird. And then he came out with everything else that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's what it comes down to. Like, with Mackelmore, it's like no one gave him that advice. Now, it worked out for him. Don't get me wrong. Like, Thrift Shop is obviously a massive hit.
Yeah.
But
I low-key still think he's like a one-hit wonder. And sometimes even too, like, I mean.
Well, he's technically no, because he has the other song about the gay people. About the gay people. I should not have said that. Canceled.
What? I was like, even me, I was like, wait, what? He has a song about gay people?
I realized as it was coming out of my mouth, that didn't sound right. He has a song about homosexuality, like the Same Love song. Right? That's about being gay. It wasn't about the gays. Fuck.
I was like, Mackelmore is on some shit, man.
Yeah, it sounds so different when you throw the in there, right?
Yeah.
The gays versus the gay people. Then someone's gonna clip that part, and I'm gonna fucking get canceled by my fucking 40 followers.
Listen to the goddamn episode.
Anyways, the point is, we can move on. I told you we were end up talking long about this shit. That's why I was like, I'm not sure when we're talking about Mackelmore. I'm talking about this shit for like 30 fucking minutes. Look at
that's cool. We did
26 minutes.
We did 20.
We did 20 minutes.
Because 6 minutes of introduction. So anyways, next fucking topic. Fuck Mackelmore and all that shit.
So we were talking about, we got Joseph Bills up.
Let's go.
Joseph Bills. This video, Watch What They Do, is actually pretty fucking sick. It was shot entirely here at StarCant Creative Labs. Yep. So shout out to fucking, Solo Visions, who's a partner on this building.
Yep.
Because, he's utilizing the fucking building as much as possible to fucking get dope shit. He's like, yo, I see this fucking therapy office. It's a cool concept. Make sure you check out the song, because Joseph Bills is out there grinding.
Yep.
He's doing the dad thing right now too, which is which is dope. And I think what's always interesting about that is I talk about this shit all the time.
Yeah.
About how when an artist or anybody really has a baby, you gotta shut that shit down for like at least a couple months.
Yeah.
If you are able to not shut it down, it's because you're probably like really financially stable and you got like nannies and backup and shit like that. But if you care about the mother of your child and your kid and shit like that, you gotta shut that shit down for at least a couple months, up to a year.
Yeah.
Right. Where and what I mean by shut it down, I mean like you gotta switch up your whole flow. All your focus goes into being a father
/ husband
or mother. You know what I'm saying? Being a parent. Right.
Yeah, being a parent.
And so I always appreciate that. There's a lot of people in my life who are artists and like they've ended up having kids, and it's like I always joke with them. I'm like, well, see you in a year or two, bro. You know what I'm saying, or maybe not. Maybe there's and some of them have never come back, and that's fine. You know what I'm saying, because they rather be fathers because they realize that's like their true passion on that. And then some come back fierce as fuck.
Nah,
that's what happened to me basically. Same. Like when I had my kid, like I was like, I need to shut down for a little bit. I need to get acclimated to this new life. And I came back crazy, dog, because I was so pent up, like in a fucking hyperbolic chamber, like Goku and shit.
I'm thinking back when I was like, because I had my daughter, 8 years ago. And nah, bro, I remember like after she was born, like 2 months, I remember me and baby mama went straight to a fucking show and performed at fucking Joe's Grotto or wherever the fuck back then was popping. But like, nah, dude, I was fucking out here. I didn't give a fuck. I was going hard as fuck out here, bro. And then I just kept it going. But I know a lot of times it makes me sad because I know a lot of people like take hella time off and then they don't drop shit or make any other type of appearances. Like I was blessed to be able to have people that were backing me because I was still out here.
Having a good system to do that is really what it comes down to.
Nah, I definitely had a good system.
I met your baby mama too. She's on point. She's a good lady. So.
Yeah, so it's like we had a good, just a good ride, and it was just, family members too, being able to watch my daughter when she was little was like helpful. So, I mean, you guys got to utilize that too, though. If you're able to utilize that, that's dope. So that way you can keep that going. But I did take some time after like about 3 or 4 or 5 years because I just was like not hitting my goals that I really wanted.
Yeah.
And that's where I think 2 years after that, that's when I met you, and then we got shit really popping.
Yeah,
we're grinding.
For me too, it was like I did the stay-at-home dad thing for the first 3 years.
Yeah,
and that, I mean, it was dope because I got to be able to spend all that time with my kid and do all that. But at the same time, it was like, well, fuck, like, because at the time, I'm being 100% transparent, broke as fuck, right? Yeah. Trying to raise a fucking kid. My baby mom at the time was fucking the breadwinner. You know what I'm saying? She was working at an insurance company that she still works at, making decent money. So she had to go to work and fucking bring in the money. I was home with the kid. And that was awesome for me and the kid. But, for me, trying to be a man and all that stuff, basically relying literally on my art at that time with not having enough traction yet, that shit got fucking rough. You know what I'm saying?
No, and I feel it. And that's part of the reason why, I kept it going after because I was like so hungry and wanted it so bad still. You know what I mean? I still had that fuel of like a dad and being an artist and shit. And but I just feel like the music that I was creating was just not what I.
Yeah,
it wasn't what it wasn't what was gravitating people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I had to take a step back and be like, bro, what kind of artist do I want to be for my kids? You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of the shit that I was making was real dark. My people would know. My people know what's up. I was making some dark shit, and now I'm like, nah, fuck that. We got to make some light shit. Make some good shit that the people want to hear. I want to make shit for fucking children movies and dog. Let's
and
go crazy.
You make a good point. So like when you have a kid, like your whole mental switches up. At least it should.
Yeah.
For some people, it don't. Some people just be out there fucking having kids, and they just out there wild, and they rap about that, and that's fine.
And they rap about stupid shit.
Do your shit. Do your thing. Whatever makes you happy. But what it comes down to is like when I had my kid, my music changed significantly. I mean, I guess so. I mean, I've always had like an introspective tone, but
it's always good to have that too, though. But I mean, it's the way that you do it. Like sometimes it's just too dark.
What's wild now though is that like my son, he's 11 years old, and he has his own phone, and he has a fucking, what does he use? He uses I give him access to my YouTube music account, so he has his own YouTube music account, and he uses Spotify, and so it's like he knows his dad's a rapper, and then part of me, like the ego of it is like, are you listening to your dad? You got your dad on your playlist? And he'd be like, no, and I'd be like, okay. Because part of me is like, okay, like I don't necessarily want you to just be on my dick and listen on my music. That's kind of weird. Yeah. I want you to kind of maybe kind of discover it on your own. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, my dad's a rapper. Let me check him out. Kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And maybe there's some music that he likes.
That's funny.
but because I don't want to put them saying it gets kind of weird. Like it's like, you don't listen to your dad though. Like, what you listening to is like some bullshit, some TikTok songs and shit. Because he's 11, so you don't have any taste. I'm saying he doesn't have any fucking understanding of what real music is. So he's listening to fucking bullshit. So it's like, damn, you definitely should be having some of your dad's songs on your music on your playlist though. But
yeah, I definitely would say, "Don't Want to Lose You" and "Shining" both are like. They my kids.
Your kids rock with that
because like when I hear when you hear the song though, it's like "Don't Want to Lose You" is very like it's very easy to catch along with. Kids love it. It's easy as fuck. My kids knew that song when they were like 4. I swear to God.
See, now I'm kind of jealous. I'm sitting because I sit there and I edit my music. I make my music all the time. Yeah. My wife knows all my songs because she listens to me like when I'm making my music and edit. She listens to the music being made in real time. But so does my son. My son don't know my fucking music.
I feel like it's like you gotta. That's what I'm saying. Me. When you take a step back and like you gotta like think like what do the kids really like,
Yeah.
And also
fuck these kids.
Also they're girls too. You know what I'm saying? So girls are a lot easier to like.
Yeah, that's true. But I thought about that the other day when I was looking at his phone and I'm like, you got any of your dad's songs on there? He's just like, oh, fuck.
I feel like you got to show him Switch. He would fuck with Switch heavy.
Anybody listen to your old ass music, Dad? You got a TikTok song that's viral that we can dance to, pops? Because that's what I'm trying to do.
And that's what I'm thinking. Like that's why, like, it's the comfortability of where you're trying to go as an artist. Like, can you still be yourself and then also be what kids like? Or what they fuck with, you know what I mean? And
that's why hip hop's so complicated, right?
Yeah.
Because like, and it's interesting to see these older rappers like really start to like get into like the mix, like Nas dropping 4 fucking albums and shit and all this stuff. Because it's like back in the day when I was like 24 or whatever, the whole mantra was, "Oh, after 30, it's over." The Game had a famous line where you say you're 30 or you're over 30 years old, you're rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like. That was like a whole mantra where if you're over 30, you're washed.
But then he's over here 40 and he's
most rappers who are popular now are over the age of 30. Like the big 3 are over 30, all of them. They're all my age.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like I remember when fucking what's his name Uzi was talking shit about being old and this and that. It's like, bro, you're getting up there too though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, and Jay-Z just dropped that crazy ass verse at like fucking 55 years old. He's not 55. We stop aging Jay-Z. I think he's like 50. But I like 50 years old, know what I'm saying, dropping a crazy ass verse. And so it's interesting that we still gravitate towards that because the kids don't give a fuck about Jay-Z, right? Yeah. They don't give a fuck about.
They don't give a fuck about that verse that he dropped either, though.
And they don't give a fuck about Kendrick either. But Kendrick won fucking album of the year or rap album of the year.
I feel like it's most of like our generation and
right.
Most of like the middle ground ones that are like
the kids I don't even know what these fucking kids listen to, and I sound like such an old head saying that. Like, fucking, what are these kids listening to? Oh, it's bullshit. I'm saying it's kind of bullshit. I try to listen to some of my songs. Everybody, like I said, I told you we're going on this road trip right tomorrow, and like I'm gonna try and let him like have the aux cord and just like. Pick the music for the trip out there.
Oh, that's a good plan.
And I'm kind of dreaded, dog, because I've heard some of these songs that I could be listening to. You'd be listening to some trash, but it's fine. I'm gonna have a bunch of Yam Yam Bay pens, so
That's funny. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna be just zoned out, listening to some whoop what the wop wop what the be listening.
Wait,
to
where are you going to?
Six Flags Magic Mountain.
Where's that at?
It's just north of L.A. in Valencia.
Dog, you need to just not. You need to pull up to L.A. and just hit one of them dispensaries up there, my boy.
I still got to get out there though. You know what I'm saying? This the 6-hour drive, bro. I still gotta make it. I'm dry right now too. I gotta hit up Yam Yams. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Yam Yams, our sponsor, who has the greatest cannabis in the world, in the entire fucking world.
No, but I was gonna add something to what you were saying earlier. I actually heard Joe Budden's interview when they were talking about it was on Drink Champs, and they asked him what do you think is easier, being a podcaster or being a hip hop artist, and he said being a podcaster.
You just reminded me. And sorry to interrupt you real quick. You just reminded me that we should have talked about this on the show. Did you see the list that Complex put out yesterday?
No, I didn't.
The top media people.
Oh no!
Like they ranked all the media people. So Joe Budden's number 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's true though.
Yeah,
But
sure.
like, and motherfuckers be out here like talking mad shit. They're waiting for him to drop another album.
Yeah, fuck Joe Budden. the last thing I want is a Joe Budden album.
They're saying nah, because he be talking mad shit about hip hop. We want him to drop another album now, so we could just But that's true though, right? That being a podcaster, of course, being a podcaster is easier than being a hip hop artist because you really got to put yourself out there as an artist.
You just talking. There's no edits.
Exactly.
There's no punch-ins.
But then again, too, though, it's also very hard to be a podcaster because not everybody can be a good podcaster. You know what I'm saying?
I think really what it comes down to is that the field is way smaller. Because even when I read through that list, I was like, I know who all these people are, right? There's 20 people on the list.
No, but it is though, because the market, I think it was saying like I think it was a video that you shared where it was saying like the market for
there's only 700,000 podcasts that are that exist in the world right now,
and there's like what like 10,000 artists in general in the world.
Well, there's 60,000.
10 million artists that are like making music in the world. 10,000, I'm tripping. 10 million artists that are making like music in the world right now.
And there's 60,000 songs dropping on Spotify every single day.
Every single day.
Versus on podcasts, it's usually like something like 400,000 a month.
So all you really have to do is just have like a really fucking
strong fan base. Because
if
you look at the list, going back to the list, it's fucking Joe Budden.
Yeah.
It's like Noriega for fucking Drink Champs. And
he annoys me though.
These are old head rappers, right?
In fact.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, you're an old head rapper, so like your old head rapper fans are gonna fucking follow you.
But that's the thing though. I don't feel like
dog, that list made me mad because I'm thinking we could be on that list in like 2 years, dog.
That's what I'm saying though. But at the same time though, I'm thinking Joe Budden is like, where did he get his fan base from other than his like 2 singles that he had?
Eminem.
It's just from talking shit, right?
From Eminem,
and Slaughterhouse, right?
Eminem. See how we did that? Eminem.
Again, though.
Continue, though.
But that's what I'm saying. So that,
Mackelmore.
even in general, though, even in Slaughterhouse, the only song that I remember from Slaughterhouse was the one with Travis Barker, where he was playing the drums on it.
Is that their the do 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 do?
Nah, it was like
No, Slaughterhouse has some fucking bangers, dog. I fuck with Slaughterhouse heavy, and it's only because Eminem put them together. But my least favorite member of Slaughterhouse is Joe Budden.
Yeah,
I think Joe Budden is just mad fucking overrated in every category. And I know that there's a couple people who are be like, oh man, Joe Budden's a shit, dog. Remember when he dissed Drake?
Yeah,
this motherfucker dropped 4 diss tracks against Drake, and Drake was like, whoops.
Okay.
And then that ended the battle. It was just Drake just ignoring the diss tracks because no one gives a fuck about Joe Budden.
And then Joe Budden was like, he still ain't respond.
Yeah. Fuck that. But see, he's really good at arguing, right? And it's like I said, when I read through that list, I'm like, bro, we could totally get on that list in a year or two just by keep doing what we're doing and just talking natural. That's what really all podcast is these motherfuckers are speaking their minds. They're not doing like traditional podcasts. Like the podcast that I listen to, like when I'm on the road and shit, like I be listening to like NPR, This American Life and shit, and they have like sounds of forests and winds and fucking deserts, and they have like different characters and interviews, and it's like very compelling. Like it's like almost like a story like told or like a movie told auditorially, right?
Yeah.
That's different from Joe Budden hopping in front of a camera and just yelling for fucking 3 hours. We can do that. And you know how much I be hating that shit because I be talking shit about that shit all the time. There's motherfuckers out here who just do all that shit all the time. Like I'm just gonna be like, man,
I feel like it was genuine though. It was genuine. The reason why listen though. The reason why Joe Budden popped off was because he was genuinely a mad rapper. He was mad as fuck. He was mad as fuck when he was interviewing Lil Yachty.
Sure.
When he was like, why the fuck do I gotta interview this fucking red-haired, you know what I'm saying? Like young dude that's just out here killing it.
He provided a voice for the disgruntled rapper.
And that took off because that's where I feel like after that's when it was like
that's what it said in the little blurb that I read. It said
all the
that
checks.
He's the pioneer of the failed rapper turned podcaster.
Yeah.
And it's like the top 5 in the list. It's like it's him,
yep.
DJ
Nori.
Academics, Charlamagne, Nori, and the $1 million one with Gilly the Kid and the other guy. I forgot what it's called off the top of my head. But the Gilly the Kid is a fucking rapper too. So 3 out of fucking top 5.
I know who you're talking about.
The 3 out of top 5 are fucking rappers.
Are rappers,
you know what I'm saying? And they're disgruntled rappers that don't. I mean, not knocking Noriega because I actually fuck with Noriega pretty heavy. I actually fuck with Gilly the Kid too, but Joe Budden no. That they're not like super popular. Like Nori's last song. Do you even know Nori's last song?
No, I don't. That's what I'm saying.
Although he did pioneer reggaeton. He had the Oye Me Canto. Is that the song?
I would have to hear it again.
With Nina Sky. That was like the first like reggaeton song.
I just remember. No, I don't remember. I don't remember shit.
I'm saying no, you don't know Noriega.
No, I'm pretty sure if I heard it.
Reason to. I'm
no,
saying,
if I heard it,
you're 10 years younger than me, so it's like
if I heard it though, because my dad's a DJ. This is the thing. My dad's a DJ. He literally like has a catalog of music. So I know that I've heard his music. I just wouldn't be able to name a song right now.
Right, and that's fair as fuck.
But if you played it though, I'd be like, oh yeah, I know this song. I guarantee you, if you played a song from him, I know it.
Yeah, and that's fair. But the point is that like Noriega is not on anybody's like top 50 list.
Exactly.
He's not like out here barring everybody up. He's not like Nas dropping albums still. He's just a washed rapper, right?
Yeah.
Don't come after me, Noriega. If you see this
come after us so we can get clout too.
Yeah, fuck that. We coming for that spot, son. We coming for that spot.
Fuck that. We coming for that spot.
Knocking you off. But for real though, it's like
but we not coming for that disgruntled rapper spot. We coming for that number one spot in that complex.
Transparent though.
Yeah,
like
facts.
I am a rapper and so are you. So we be speaking the same kind of lane. Like we're not like out here. We're still making music and putting music out here.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I feel like we're still making some of the best music that we've
Sure. And I almost guarantee that Joe Budden might be too in his studio at home.
He said that he hasn't touched a microphone in over like 6-7 years.
He has 8 more Drake songs.
Dead ass.
He makes a Drake song every day. He makes a Drake diss every day. It's like a daily report.
He said that he said that he hasn't made a record in forever. He hasn't written a verse in forever. He said that the last time that he considered fucking writing a verse was when his son asked him for a verse. He was like, that's hard. But he was like, nah. He was still like, nah.
But no, I can't do that.
I can't. Fuck that.
So, okay, to be fair, like, I do appreciate the fact that Joe Budden was able to switch lanes, though.
Yeah.
Right? Because after Slaughterhouse was done, it was like, bro, like.
Well, he navigated it well, though, because after that one specific, like, interview that got him the millions of views and everything.
Yeah.
And then it spun out of, to
that
his
was with,
but he's been had a podcast though, but it just didn't pop until after that specific moment.
What was the name of the show that he had with academics in the Deska?
That's the one I'm talking about.
Everyday Struggle.
Yeah, Everyday Struggle.
Yeah, that's what it was called. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was a great podcast.
But even before that though, Joe Budden was podcasting though. He was still on YouTube doing all types of podcasting. He just wasn't getting paid for all that stuff.
Right. I just remember that being the tipping point though, because that was actually a really good podcast. And the fact that they were dropping every day too, like it was actually a good format.
It was pretty good.
I remember ended up being that Joe Budden got mad and like shit just started dissolving and tried replacing him, and then it might still be on, but it's definitely not the same.
I don't think
format.
It is. I don't think it. To be honest with you, I haven't checked on it in a while. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, Complex, they've been doing their thing, man. We're trying to be the next Complex. We're trying to be in that list. So, we'll see what happens. This might be the moment that we manifested that reality to be on
Quasar Qult.
Quasar Qult podcast.
Killing the game. We out here dropping posts.
Fuck Joe Budden. Just kidding. He might bar me up 8 times. All right.
Nah, bro. You'll bar him up. He hasn't touched the mic forever.
We'll keep it moving. Next topic here. We're going to talk about fucking this Trump situation real quick, because this Trump situation is kind of wild. This motherfucker is he got arrested apparently so he can do this court case.
Yeah.
And we actually we're not going to really spend too much time on this because I don't like talking about politics on fucking Quasar Qult.
It's just fun.
But this is important because the joke that I made on my fucking Facebook page is that this dude is out here breaking records, dog. He's the first. So the first motherfucker to get fucking tried as a fucking former president, just making history. Everything this dog does is history, dog. Yeah. I'm trying to big him up a little bit because I'd be feeling bad for him a little bit because we'd be shitting on this man. And I just did my taxes.
Fuck Trump.
And I think about that meme that went around that had his head as the Batman signal. As I was doing these taxes, I'm like, damn, that nigga was right. He's trying. Hold on.
That's funny as fuck.
But it's fine. I still pay my taxes. I pay my dues. But it's just funny as fuck that like, Shit's getting kind of crazy out there right now. Because right now, like we're seeing some people kind of gang up right now. I'm not sure if you're following the world politics right now, but Russia, what is it? Russia, China, Saudi Arabia, Japan, and a couple other countries are basically just like, yo, we don't really rock with the U.S. currency. We're trying to fucking like separate from y'all and like do our own thing, invent our own currency kind of vibe and do our own thing. And then Saudi Arabia basically announced that they're going to cut back on their oil production for the U.S. because like they don't believe in our policies, and a lot of it has to do with Biden being an asshole. It's kind of wild out there. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing the teams getting drawn up for World War III.
That is crazy.
And basically,
I have not been following any of that. So
right now, everybody's kind of watching what China's doing right now because China holds a lot of the cards in the whole political atmosphere of things to decide what team they're going to hop on. You know what I'm saying? But the chances are they're going to hop on Russia's team because
Dan says we're about to be third world country status.
Oh yeah, it's very possible.
That's crazy.
It's highly possible. Especially with this whole bank situation and the crypto search. Even today, like the head of we're going to conspiracy territory right now. The head of Cash App. Did you hear about that shit?
Oh yeah, that he
got stabbed up.
Yeah,
like just randomly. Like
that's crazy. As
and
fuck.
so when you look at the conspiracy thread on that, it's like Cash App is a revolutionary fucking payment system.
Yep.
That should change the fucking game because now we were able to send money back and forth in ways that we weren't able to before. Yep. And so now if you take that if you break that infrastructure down a little bit, as shit starts to break down around us in the economy, you see these banks collapsing. You have all these train wrecks that are killing people in fucking weird ways. Mass shootings are continuing. You know what I'm saying? Biden's trying to fucking change our gun laws, which is, it's kind of shady when he died. It's getting kind of wild, bro.
Yeah.
Because when that hammer drops with fucking Russia, which is going to drop in some way, shape, or form, it may not be on American soil. But with this war of Ukraine and Poland just joining NATO, you're starting to see Russia get more and more desperate. Yeah. And Putin is kind of wild. So, I don't know. I try not to think about this shit too much, but it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, we might end up in a third world country status here pretty quick because the teams that are joining up against us are probably the teams. It's almost like it's a bait and switch. That's why everybody's watching China right now. Because as you know, a lot of our shit's made from China.
Yeah.
And as Trump was warning us, once again, I'm not trying to hop on Team Trump. I'm just trying to tell you what this nigga was saying.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, fuck China, yo. Because China's fucking, they doing some wild shit over there. We're like, oh, no. Like, peace. And then Biden came up and he's like, yo, fuck China too. But China's like, hey, y'all, we already got all your data, you know what I'm saying, through TikTok.
Yeah.
And now they're trying to ban TikTok. And it's like kind of too late for that. I think we talked about this on the podcast before about how I told you about how they have seen studies or tests with TikTok about how it has the ability to shut down phones.
Yeah.
Like just like brick a phone by like fucking sending like a signal or whatever. TikTok can brick phones.
Yeah, I did.
I keep thinking about that shit, bro. Like they're gonna be like, TikTok's banned. Oh yeah, bitch. All your phones are gone.
Yeah.
Because everybody has TikTok on their phone.
Yeah.
And they brick everybody's phone, and all of a sudden you can't fucking communicate anymore. And
That's
you start dropping fucking nuclear bombs on everybody. And then we die.
Goddamn, it took a fucking left turn real quick.
Yeah, it got dark real quick. It got dark as fuck real quick. That's why I don't like talking about politics, man, because I start spinning out of control.
Nah, I mean, shit's crazy, and it's wild. Yeah, he basically turned himself in, and, motherfuckers, he's facing like 34 different counts, and he pled not guilty.
Yes.
Not guilty, man. It's just like, nah, son, fuck that.
The thing about that,
take me to trial.
It's like when it comes to the situation, especially like around like the whole like Stormy Daniels and all that shit, it's like, bro, it didn't have to go down like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you rich, dog. You tell me, like, I actually don't even really want to get into it because it's like, it makes me mad because it's like, these motherfuckers, it just reminds me that when it comes to money does not make you smarter. Yeah. Money does not fucking give you more intelligence or your ability to navigate situations any easier. It gives you the ability to pay people, like your lawyer, to fucking take care of that shit for you. who might turn his back on you later on in the fucking ninth inning when shit hits the fan, right? But
I mean, people sometimes are just pieces of shit, though, bro.
Absolutely, money just enhances that, right? So it's like
it just enhances that ability for you to be just an asshole and then pay your way out of it.
And that's why I get mad because it's like, bro, like if you wanted to fucking go ahead and knock off Stormy Daniels in the fucking hotel, you probably could have did that on the DL and not nobody know and fucking do that.
Yeah,
because rich motherfuckers do that shit all the time.
Yeah.
But because you use because you fucking didn't do that the right way, now you're about to fucking go to jail. Maybe. I don't even know what's gonna happen with this shit. He's a president, so he probably won't go to jail. He'll go to president jail, which is like an island next to Epstein's and shit, where they have older kids there instead of the younger kids.
I seen some photos of after when Epstein died, and there was like some drone photos, and there was like a dude that looked like Epstein there, like after
on his island.
On his island, yeah.
What is fucking going on with Epstein's Island? They didn't like put that shit up for sale or some shit?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
Buy that shit.
That shit. I mean, man, it's just that whole thing is just wild. That everything about that whole situation is wild as fuck. Even with Ghislaine Maxwell or whatever, that shit is just wild as fuck. So
yeah, man, it's crazy out there because fucking it's all connected. And that's why when it comes to politics, like I really try not to go on either side. For me, it's fuck Biden, it's fuck Trump. They're both stupid.
Yeah,
I think. But what is really funny, what I love watching though, is how people do certain things. Like I think the "Let's Go Brandon" thing is the stupidest fucking thing in the world, but it's funny as fuck. But it's not funny in the way that they think it's funny. I think it's funny because when people use that, and I see a "Let's Go Brandon" sticker, or I see you post that shit on Facebook, it's like, you're so stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, just say fuck.
What's the "Let's Go Brandon"?
You don't know "Let's Go Brandon"?
Fuck no.
How much time we got? Okay,
shit.
This is a good way to end it because I gotta go do some shit later. I gotta pass over with the family. So "Let's Go Brandon." It started off, and I don't even know the name of the race. It was like a NASCAR race or some shit. And basically, what it was, some dude was being interviewed by a reporter at NASCAR, and in the background, you hear the crowd going, "Fuck Joe Biden, fuck Joe Biden." And they're saying this at the NASCAR event. And the reporter, I guess basically what she was trying to do was cover up for that because, you know, it's a live report. So she says, "Oh, the crowd is saying, 'Let's go Brandon.' What do you think about that?" And he's like, "What the fuck? They're saying fuck Joe Biden." So that ended up becoming a meme that "Let's Go Brandon" means fuck Joe Biden. So when you see a "Let's Go Brandon," bumper sticker, that means fuck Joe Biden.
That's stupid.
It's stupid as fuck. It's dumb as hell. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's like really fucking stupid. Like it's so stupid that it's so stupid that it's funny. You know what I'm saying? Like when I see someone wear a T-shirt or I see someone with a bumper sticker, it's like, damn, you are actually that like indoctrinated into like the brand that you were rocking. Let's go Brandon. Let's go Brandon. And on the opposite side, when people say fuck Trump and all that shit, and it's like, okay, like everybody up there is stupid.
Everybody up there, yeah.
The only nigga I rock with is Bernie. It's not even because of his policies. It's because that he's actually just like down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't necessarily vote for that man because he's old as fuck. The dude already had a heart attack and shit.
But what the fuck? Look, he's fucking down. Joe Biden. Joe Biden's fucking old as shit too.
They're all old.
Man is over here like not even completing sentences and shit, bro. I've seen him when he's like, "Oh yes, I just wanna hi."
He's super slow. He's super dumb.
And he's just like...
And it's scary because his backup is Kamala, and who is... Don't want to even talk about that. We don't have enough time to talk about Kamala Harris.
Yeah, bro.
Who has thankfully been somewhat useless during her campaign, during this term, right?
Yeah.
She's just been chilling in the vice president crib, eating Cheetos and shit.
Last topic that we had was that Blue Beetle one.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, I was running through that real quick. What time is it? 4:10. I gotta get out of here in like 10 minutes tops.
All right, let's go. 5 minutes. We run this last 5 minutes of this podcast will be about this
here?
fucking.
Blue Beetle. It's right here. Blue Beetle.
Yeah, Blue Beetle.
So, fucking Blue Beetle trailer just came out. DC Comics, and I have no idea what to think about this. And the reason why I say this is because the trailer looks fine. The movie looks whatever. It looks like a fucking superhero movie. The superhero shit. The suit looks like Iron Man. Whatever, bro. That's not the issue that I have. The issue is why did they even put this movie out?
Yeah.
Like, because we know what's going on with fucking DC, right?
Yeah, it's just not making any sense. Like, and then James Gunn after was like, "Oh yeah, it could be a part of it." Like, what, bro?
Haven't decided yet, bro.
What the fuck?
But see, the thing about it, what's interesting about that is the
that don't
fact
make no
that,
sense.
So there was the Batgirl movie that got canceled completely. Right. Whole ass movie starring a fucking Academy Award winning Brendan Fraser is in that role of something. I don't know what the fuck he plays in that movie, but they canceled this whole ass movie because they said it wasn't good enough and it didn't fit into anything, and they're like, whatever, we just cancel it. Threw that shit away. This movie was also made around the same time,
and it was apparently that Batgirl movie also had like Michael Keaton in it too.
Yeah,
there was.
So it was more connected than this movie, probably.
It was connected to the Flash.
Ah.
You feel me? So that's why that was supposed to be like the multiversal type of thing, starting with the Batgirl. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, Michael Keaton was in there. So that was supposed to happen, but I don't know what's going on with Blue Beetle right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's almost like, I mean, you can only throw away so many movies before you have to put the movie out, right? Yeah. If you took the time of making the fucking movie and putting it out, like creating the film. That's what was crazy about the Batgirl situation, because it was like they spent like a shit ton of money in that movie.
A lot of money.
And they were like, so we don't have it anymore. We got rid of it. And it's like, what? How do you just get rid of a whole movie? Like, we just did.
Like, why not just put directed to video still, though? Or something. Like, don't you still have to collect that bag? Like, what the fuck?
Well, it's shady. A lot of people were saying it was a tax write-off, right? Because then you can just say it was an expense.
Oh, wow.
But it's like, okay, why don't you just do that with Blue Beetle? I'm not saying the movie shouldn't come out. Like, it's just weird that the movie is coming out, because right now the DCEU is just fucking a clusterfuck. We don't know what the fuck's going on. Yeah, we have the rollout that fucking James Gunn announced with these movies, but that's about it. We don't know who the new Superman is. We don't know what's going on with any of that shit. So this Blue Beetle movie, as well as the Shazam movie, who's also caught in this wake, are just basically kind of useless ass movies that exist.
And Shazam did horrible too.
Yeah, like because we don't know. And is that? I mean, I guess I don't know. As we talk this out, it's like, is that fair? Because we as a collective, us, the universal self of people, are always complaining like, all we get is the same movie over and over again, and blah blah blah. They're all connected, and I have to watch 15,000 movies. Well, now they're not right now. Shit, at least these two aren't.
I feel like
enjoy the movie. Shit.
Either way, though, I just feel like DC just doesn't have a good grasp on how to make a DC comic book movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, Marvel has a certain tone. DC also has a certain tone, but they haven't put that tone into a movie properly.
You're talking about with the current iteration of the DCEU, with like
I'm talking
Cavill, or just ever, because they have the Dark Knight series. Those are DC movies.
Those ones are fire. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like from because the Snyder movies were fire. Okay, but when they had the Justice League movie, and it was the other dude that did the reshoots.
Joss Whedon.
Trash.
Yeah.
Absolute trash. That's when I was like, nah, you know what I mean? Like, I just didn't fuck with that. But I feel like the Justice League movie that came out on HBO Max, that was definitely fire. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
4-hour one?
Yeah. Bro, it was fire though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would, if it's good, then I'm gonna watch it. But like, I just don't think Shazam was needed because it doesn't fit. I mean, yeah, sure, Wonder Woman's in there, but I feel like they're just doing cameos just because. Like, I feel like they do shit just because Marvel's doing shit.
Well, yeah, they made it's like going back. That's why I brought up Batgirl, because it's like you made the fucking movie.
Yeah.
And if you guys are just disconnecting your universe, put the movie out.
Yeah.
But if you're afraid that it was gonna fuck some shit up, now you're like, oh, we can't do that anymore. And it's like, but you did it for this movie. Mm-hmm. It's weird. It doesn't make any sense. Weird. But then it goes back to what we were talking about before the podcast about the whole Latino superhero aspect of it, and you're kind of exploiting that a little bit.
Yeah.
Where it's like, well, we could beat Marvel to the punch on that.
First Latino. No.
They're trying to beat the punch.
No, you know who was the first Latino superhero? Zorro. He's technically Batman.
I learned the other day that Zorro was from California.
Yeah.
Like Southern. Like,
and he's technically like the Mexican Batman, sort of kind of with the whips. And
I learned that the other day because I guess when I grew up, I always imagined that nigga was from Spain, and like all his shit took place in Spain. And then I don't even know what we were reading about Zorro, and I was like, oh, this nigga's from California.
Yeah.
This nigga's from like South Cali in the hood.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Just running around Zing people up.
Zing people up. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Yep. But there you go. First that there's how many movies already with Antonio Banderas? He killing it.
Yeah, I mean, they were talking about rebooting it with Tom Holland.
That would be fun. No, wait. I thought I heard the reboot, but I didn't hear Tom. Then I heard Tom Holland.
That's when I got. That's when I found out because I made that post.
Oh,
I was like, oh shit, they're trying to reboot this with Tom Holland. Does this even make any sense, people? And people are like, well, actually, he's actually from California. I'm like, what the fuck?
Nah, but he's Hispanic though. But he's Hispanic.
Oh shit, this nigga is from California.
Or he's Latino. That's what I'm saying.
He's like half. According to the story, like he's like, you know, like a fucking I don't know what the term is. I don't want to be racist or
or just mixed, whatever.
He's just a mixed, he's a mixed dude from California, like in the hood and shit. And it's like, okay, Tom Holland can actually maybe pull that off. You know what I'm saying? It's
God damn it, Tom Holland.
Give him a little tan, you know what I'm saying?
Get a little tan.
Darken his hair a little bit. Put a little spin on his R's. Give him a little roll.
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying? I think that you could play it off.
But either way, my point still stands.
Tom Holland can do anything. Anyways, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go spend Passover with the family. I appreciate you guys. Fucking Quasar Qult podcast. This is a fun episode. This is the last episode of the season. So we'll be back next week with some new shit.
Yeah.
We don't even have a name yet.
Or maybe the week after because next week's busy as fuck.
What are we doing next week?
Wait, no, that's the week after. Never mind. We're good.
We might be good. Yeah. I don't know. We got to do some shit.
We got to work some shit out.
We don't even know who's doing the interview yet, so
yeah,
we got to test that out. Maybe we make Dan come in and do the interview or some shit.
Yeah,
as a test run, interview him. We'll figure that out. But we appreciate you guys watching. We'll be back. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Peace.
Where's the button? There it is. Later.